Here's a wild one for you folks. There is a vegan transgender cult that is responsible for 6 murders. Yep, you heard that correct. Oh, before I get too far into this, I'm trying to get to 1,000. I am trying to get to the point that I am making money so I can get to the point that I can actually get the equipment so I can interview people for y'all. And I'm not going to be doing Joe Rogan. I'm going to start interviewing politicians who are running for office. I'm going to interview the people that don't make the news as much. I'm going to get the people that are running in these congressional seats that could be flipped if you get the right people hearing about them. So if you want to help me out by just hitting subscribe, that's all you got to do. I'm trying to get to the point that I can make money. I don't have a lot of money or anything like that. I haven't got like $10,000 being pumped into me or anything like that. I just need a little help by getting people to subscribe to me. You can subscribe here. You can subscribe Substack. You can subscribe. Well, this is YouTube and Rumble. Just help me out, folks, if you don't mind. Okay, so this here death cult, and yes, that's what people are calling it. They're called Zizian. They are an offshoot of something called rationalist community called Less Wrong. Less Wrong is an online community and forum that is trying to improve decision making, human reasoning, and rationality. Jack Amadeus Ziz Lasota is the founder of the Zizians. And it's a dude that's got a beard but dresses like a woman, I guess. Yeah. And they target smart, mostly autistic-ish trans women who are extremely vulnerable and isolated. No duh. They started out protesting. They got arrested for some of their actions in protest, and then they got more violent. Lesotho tried to hide themselves. She, I guess, I don't know. It. Lesotho is said to have drowned in August 22, but was actually found and arrested in January 2023 for obstruction of justice. Their most noted murder is the Border Patrol agent David Malan that made the news recently in Vermont, killed by Teresa Youngblood and a German national by the name of Ophelia Buchholz. They're linked to the Vallejo, California landlord Curtis Lynn's murder and the murders of Richard and Rita Zajko in Chester Heights, Pennsylvania. There are also 2 other murders somewhere else. It's a wild group. People need to know about these folks, so we're going to get into it. I got a little video from News Nation thrown in here. Howdy, y'all. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. What we have here is a channel to communicate. I want you folks to be thinking by the time you leave my videos. Why? Because I'm tired of people talking via what other people tell them to think. So, watch my video and enjoy the chance to think for yourself.
Caitlin, where do we even start with this story?
If you can believe it, I am going to start with the words death cult. That is where we're starting with this story. Federal investigators are considering the possibility that all those things you just listed, the samurai swords, the box trucks, these attacks, might be actions taken by a cult known as the Zizians. Now, this case is as strange as it is disturbing. Authorities say last month, 21-year-old Teresa Youngblood was stopped by Border Patrol in Vermont. Now, she was with a German national named Ophelia Buchholz, and when officers approached, gunfire then broke out. Now, Buchholz was killed on the scene, and Border Patrol agent David Christopher Malan died from his injuries. But here is where things take a turn. The gun used in the shootout was linked to a 2022 double homicide in Pennsylvania. And investigators now believe that Youngblood and her associates may be connected to another murder thousands of miles away in California. Law enforcement says they've allegedly connected the suspects to a 2022 samurai sword attack on the West Coast, where a landlord was brutally assaulted while trying to evict squatters. Now, that landlord, Curtis Lind, survived, only to be murdered this January. Authorities suspect that he was slain by this group, this cult, who may have targeted him so that he couldn't testify in court, Nicole.
Okay, like I said, this is Substack link down below. If you want to read the article, do your own research. This is coming from KCRA Channel 3 in San Francisco. Double murder in Pennsylvania. Landlord stabbed to death in California. Border agent killed in shootout in Burma. I don't know where the other two are, but I've come across some legitimate sources that are saying that there are 6 of them. 3 crimes in 3 states in just over 2 years, and all of them lead back to a fringe group called the Zizians. The Zizians are a small group of well-educated computer whizzes and devout vegans. What is... Folks, eat the meat so you can get your pudding. San Francisco Chronicle has been investigating every angle related to the Zizians together. Okay, so it started in 2019 at Westminster Woods in Sonoma County, California. It's a site of the reunion of members of the Berkeley Rationalist Group. Matthias Gaffney, Chronicle investigative reporter, covered it at the time, says before the reunion got underway, a protest broke out. The protesters showed up in a school bus and a flatbed truck, dressed in Guy Fawkes mask and black robes. It spooked a lot of people there, and there were a lot of kids there at the time who were there for another program, and they sheltered in place. Gaffney said the SWAT team was called in and became a big scene. 4 of the protesters, including Lesota, were arrested. Lesota uses feminine pronouns, goes by the name of Ziz. She's the leader of the Zizians. Ziz's associates, there's a name, Alexander Lethem, Gwen Danielson, and Emma Borhanian were also arrested. At the time, we knew nothing about the group, Gaffney said, of the Zizians. We knew that it was a strange protest, and we covered it and basically didn't really think about it for the next, 6 years? 3 years after the protest, 2 were arrested. 2 of the arrested were back in the news. In 2022, Lethem and Borhanian were accused of attacking their Vallejo landlord, Curtis Lind, stabbing him through the chest with a samurai sword. Got to give him credit for being original. Lind shot back, but was left blind in one eye through... Okay, so basically what happened there was that all happened, and he recovered. They found him so he couldn't testify, and, well, took him out. A few months after that, Ziz was back on law enforcement's radar, this time following double homicide of a couple near Philadelphia. Ziz was taken into custody and charged with a couple of minor crimes. The couple's daughter was named a person of interest. January of this year, Lind was attacked again. This time, Vallejo landlord was taken out. Okay, owner auto body shop in the neighborhood describes the recent attack. The man, Mr. Curtis, got out of his car and the attacker put his arm around him, and the attacker began, well, what you do with a samurai sword. Some of the guys came and tried to help, but the attacker came back and continued to do that and cut his throat, the business owner said. It was all very ugly. Police arrested Maximilian Snyder in connection with Lind's death. Just a few days later, there was another murder in Vermont. Authorities say Teresa Youngblood, who had just applied for a marriage license with Snyder, was involved in a shootout near the Canadian border. At the time, Youngblood was driving with German national Felix Buchholz. Okay, so I've got 2 names here. One's Ophelia. This one says Felix, so I guess this is another one of those impressionable, autistic-ish transgenders. So Malin was killed. Yeah, this is the death cult. So, folks, there's a lot of weirdness going on with this group, and all joking aside and quoting songs that I like, this is seriously some messed up stuff. And They took out a Border Patrol agent. They took out that couple in Pennsylvania. They took out the landlord. They took out two other people. They're staging very strange protest that scares kids badly. Well, I don't know if the kids were scared, but at least the adults were scared. And they're an offshoot of a rationalist cult who are trying to get people to make more rational decisions. You can't make this up. That's the sad part about it. You really can't make this up. This is going to be a 80s movie of the TV movie of the week at some point. It's got to be. Good Lord. So, yeah, this is something that y'all might want to know about because, well, this is one of them liberal things that they'll probably try to claim, oh, they're normally quite peaceful, just to make the entire transgender movement seem sane. And even I'll say this, not all transgenders are like this, but still, oh, nor are all vegans. But this has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. Folks, I just want to say thank you for listening. I want to thank you for taking your time. I want to hear what your comments are about what you think on this topic, because your comments are what's important, not necessarily mine. I don't care if you're Republican. I don't care if you're conservative. I don't care if you're liberal. I don't care if you're Democrat. I want to hear your opinion on these topics. I want to thank you yet again for listening to my video. Like, subscribe, and all that other hoopla. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.